Well, hello there, everybody, and welcome to the Free China live stream. A cool place where we get to make fun of the CCP, a little bit of activism against the Chinese Communist Party, but in a fun way. Hope everybody's having a great day, afternoon, evening, late at night somewhere, wherever the hell you are in the world. But it's great to be here. We've got quite an interesting one for you today, so I'm just going to jump straight into it. And later on, of course, there'll be some time where we can all have a little chat at the end of the stream. So anyway, let's jump straight into it, shall we? Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is this. So this is, you might have seen that I've already uploaded this video as a short, and I just wanted to play it one more time and just comment on it. So first of all, let's just watch it. Okay, here we go.
我用的手机是华为，开的车是比亚迪，穿的卫衣是中国李宁，衬衫是鸿星尔克，裤子是特步，鞋是安踏。我用的麦克风是大疆。我最喜欢的动物是熊猫，最喜欢的运动是乒乓球，最喜欢的食物是火锅，最喜欢的服装是汉服，最喜欢的语言是汉语，最喜欢的文字是中文，最喜欢的语句英文是 China。我最喜欢的国家是中国，最喜欢的省是台湾省，最喜欢的岛是中国的钓鱼岛。我最喜欢的游戏是黑神话悟空，最喜欢的电影是战狼，最喜欢的节日是国庆节。祝大家国庆节快乐！
Okay, so recently on the 1st of October, China celebrated its national day called 国庆节. And during this time, you will see a lot of sycophants coming online, posting videos to congratulate China. It's actually the 75th anniversary, so you'll see a hell of a lot of videos. When I was working in a training center in China, they would always ask the teachers to say a little greeting. So I'm sure somewhere out there might be a video of me doing something very similar to this guy. Obviously not as cool as this guy or as creative, but there's definitely a video out there of me somewhere saying congratulations to the CCP, because the training schools, they make you do it. You literally have no choice. They'll just hound you if you say no. I mean, yeah, you probably could say no, but you kind of just feel obliged to do it when you're there. So I'm not really blaming this guy, whoever the hell he is, for doing this, because it is something that your school will literally force you to do, okay? So, and anyway, it could even be a parody, which I don't think it is. There's something very serious about this, just based upon some of the things that he's saying. Now, I'm not sure who this guy is, if he's a teacher or what, but yeah, it's definitely real. I don't think it's a parody, to be honest with you. So yeah, let's look at what he says. So he says, if you are not patriotic, then please leave. What's with the guy jumping, by the way? I don't get that. Is that just to transition or something? Like, I don't know. Is that some cool thing? I'm not very hip with the kids, so, you know. What was that jump all about? So the phone I use... So basically, he's going through all of the cool things from China, to show his patriotism. So the phone I use is a Huawei. Let's hope it's not the Mate XT foldable piece of crap. BYD. Again, like, most of these things, they're like, they're moments of pride for the Chinese people, and rightly so, because they actually have their own things now, so it's, it is something to be proud of, right? But I mean, a lot of these things, I don't think they're really something to be proud of, but for the average Chinese person, it's pretty cool to have all of these things that are now from China. BYD car, yeah, I don't think I would be bragging about that one so much. Leaning hoodie. Again, like, these are all brands that nobody's ever heard of, that you'll only ever see in China. Arca shirt. Again, another brand that you've never heard of. X-Step. Never heard of it. You would not find these brands over here. Anta shoes again. Nope, just
也是安踏
crap.
我用的麦克风。
Okay, this is the one that I wanted to talk about. DJI. Now, if there's any brand that comes from China and the Chinese people want to be proud of, this for sure is the brand. DJI. They make the best drones ever. They have some decent microphones, decent cameras. DJI is a really good brand, and I would definitely be proud of that one if I was from China. I actually use a DJI drone. Now, whether that's good or not, but honestly, they just make the best drones. No other company can compete with them. So DJI, yeah, it's definitely a brand to be proud of. All of the other ones, no, definitely not. But DJI, yes, 100%. If all the companies in China could, take a page out of DJI's book, they'd be doing great right now. I don't really see DJI getting all patriotic and all of these commercials linked to the Chinese Communist Party, or even the Chinese Communist Party defending them like they do with Huawei. Huawei is their little darling, isn't it? But yeah, anyway, so DJI, definitely a good brand.
是大疆，我最喜欢的动物是熊。
My favorite animal is a panda. Ooh, I didn't see that one coming. Come on.
熊猫最喜欢的运动是
Favorite sport is table tennis, which actually isn't from China, I believe in the chat, but I'm so sure table tennis is not from China.
乒乓球，最喜欢的食物是火。
Favorite food is hot pot. What a surprise. Every foreigner who goes to China says, my favorite food is hot pot. Maybe it's because it's the only Chinese they can say, like 火锅, you know what I mean?
火锅最喜欢的服装是汉服。
Favorite clothing is hanfu. That's the traditional Chinese clothing.
我最喜欢的语言是汉语。
My favorite language is Chinese, so Hanyu.
你最喜欢的文字是中文。
My favorite language is the Chinese language.
最喜欢的语句英文
Favorite word in English is China.
是 China。我最喜欢的国家是中国。最喜
Yeah. Oh, this is the one that really pissed me off, and which is why I wanted to include this guy in the video, because it's very relevant to what we're talking about today. Even in a little National Day greetings video, they have to mention that Taiwan is a province of China. Guess what, guys? It isn't. Anyway, we will be looking at that more a bit later
省
on.
是台湾省。最喜欢的岛是中国的。
Diaoyu Dao, the Senkaku Islands, as they should be called, are some disputed islands between China and Japan. And of course, again, a nationalist would always throw this one in there. My favorite island is China's Diaoyu Dao.
钓鱼岛。我最喜欢的游戏是黑神话悟空。
Okay, Black Myth Wukong, which does it not run on the Unreal Engine, which is not Chinese, which is not made in China, right?
最喜欢的电影是战狼。
Wolf Warrior is his favorite film. That is like one of the suckiest films you will ever see. And somebody in the chat wrote, this is called Yang Wu Mao in Chinese. Yes, he's a Yang Wu Mao, basically a foreign Wu Mao, okay?
最喜欢的节日是国庆节。
Okay, so my favorite holiday is 国庆节 National
大
Day.
家国庆节快乐！
Yay! Okay, so it is National Day in China, or it was on the 1st of this month, 1st of October. And it's been all over the internet. There's been a lot of celebration videos, and, they had the big flag raising ceremony. I'm not going to include any footage of that because it's boring as hell. But what I did see was some children going to school in fancy dressed up as these guys, some soldiers from the PLA, the People's Liberation Army, and they are wearing one of these backpacks. Can you see this guy on the left? He's wearing a backpack, and attached to that backpack are some explosives called Jia Yao Bao. I think it's the Chinese for that, okay? So they're explosive packs that the soldiers used in their so-called war against Japanese aggression, and their war of liberation which was the civil war that went on between the communists and the nationalists. So they would have these explosive packs attached to their backs. And they were quite often wrapped up in quills because they lacked resources at that time. Resources were a little bit scarce. So they would wrap explosives up into these quills and then tie it up, put it on their back. Now, it wasn't like a suicide run or a suicide bomber or anything like that, but they would pretty much have these attached to their backs so they could use them against the Japanese, or the communists would use them against the nationalists in their little civil war. So this is kind of weird, kind of strange, but yeah, have a look. Just have a look and tell me if this is strange or not. Okay, so a lot of kids go into school in kindergarten. Their parents were dressing them up with these explosive packs. As you can see, the character there says Jia Yao Bao, which means explosive pack. Okay, you've got the flag of China there, you know, with the 5 stars and the explosive pack. I mean, it's just a little bit weird, right? I mean, you know, happy National Day, going to school with like an explosive pack on your back. Yeah. A little bit weird, right? Don't you think? Look at him. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go and blow up the school today. So weird. That is, I don't know, guys. Like, honestly, like, I saw a lot of people online making a big deal out of this. And my personal opinion is that it's only fancy dress, right? I mean, yeah, it's weird. It's ridiculous. But look at some Halloween costumes little kids wear on Halloween, you know, some like horrific like monsters. I mean, you know, one time I saw a kid wearing like a Freddy Krueger mask, you know, he must have been about 4, you know, and that's a bit crazy as well, right? But yeah, I honestly just think that it's kind of more for fun, but it is a little bit disturbing, because it's kind of like using their national day to reminisce about the past, you know, like glorify these people wearing these explosive backpacks, the Jia Yao Baos. It's really weird, and for me it's kind of like a symbol of terrorism, really, you know, and you're making kids dress up like this. But honestly, people are blowing it way out of proportion. It's just some kids in fancy dress, right? As weird as it is, you know, I can't really say much because I see kids all over the world dressing up as soldiers and stuff like that. And, you know, you can go and buy toy guns in your like local supermarket for kids, right? So yeah, but it is a little bit weird, and it's kind of like glorifying that time of where they were fighting against Japan, and it's kind of almost like showing a little bit of disdain for Japan again, which is something common that we see in schools in China, right? I mean, in the last couple of videos I've shown you a lot of clips like this, but yeah, it is a little bit strange, yeah. And, you know, which leads on to stuff like this. Again, we've got a restaurant saying that we do not accept Japanese. We don't serve Japanese people. Again, you know, discrimination towards Japanese in China. It is a thing. But this was put up in a restaurant somewhere in Japan. And a lot of Wu Mao, I guess you could call them, or Xiaofen Hongs, they were, which is Little Pink, by the way, they were saying that this is discrimination towards Chinese people. Now, maybe you can't read it, so I'm going to translate it for you. Okay, so the first line there says Zhifu Bao, which is it's a electronic payment app in China. right? And the next one says 微信支付, which is WeChat Pay. Again, it's like an electronic payment. Okay, the next one says 银行卡, which is bank card. The next one says 信用卡, which means credit card in Chinese. So, and on the right there, scrolling down, it says 不能使用, which means you can't use these. So you can't use 支付宝, you can't use WeChat, you can't use a bank card or a credit card. And the bottom line, the second one from the bottom, says 只能使用日元, which means you can only use Japanese yen. Okay, and then the last one says 职工不会说中文, which means the staff 员工不会说中文. The staff cannot speak Chinese. So a lot of people were saying this is discrimination towards Chinese people in Japan, but I don't think so. This is actually catering to them, right? It's in their language for a start, and it's telling them that they can't use all of this stuff and they can only use Japanese money. I don't think that's discrimination. It's just telling them what the rules are of the restaurants. It's in some Chinatown somewhere. I can't remember, in Osaka or somewhere like that. But I don't think it's really discrimination. It's basically just telling them what they can and can't do there, right? I mean, restaurants have signs up. I mean, and then there's obviously a lot of Chinese customers that go there. Maybe they're just making life a bit easier for them because they're probably always going in there and asking the same questions. Can I use WeChat Pay? Can I use Alipay? Can I use my Chinese credit card or whatever? So yeah, definitely not discrimination. What do you guys think? Do you think this is discrimination towards Chinese people? Do you think it's the same as this? Which is, we don't serve Japanese? Like, we don't serve Japanese people? Or, in Japan, it's basically saying, you can't use this stuff, but you can still eat here, but as long as you pay with yen instead of asking if you can use all of your stuff from China. I mean, how many places in China take a Western credit card, or take a Japanese credit card, or use Japanese money or whatever. Can you use Apple Pay in a Chinese restaurant in Shanghai, for example? Anyway, moving on. Oh yeah, I forgot, right. This is a photo that I took when I was in Dalian. Yeah, Headley Bradstone says, no, the sign in Japanese restaurant isn't racist. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not racist, right? I mean, that's for sure, 100%. It's definitely not against another race, right? But is it, like, discriminating against the Chinese people? I don't think so, right? I mean, I suppose it's singling them out, but I think that's because most of the clientele are from China who frequent that restaurant. Anyway, this is an interesting sign that I took a photo of. I actually took this photo myself. This was in Dalian, in a restaurant, quite a popular little restaurant. They basically did like barbecue. It was quite a good restaurant until I saw this sign, which this was happening when Trump put the tariffs. He started putting the tariffs on China, and there was the trade war going on. And it says, from now on, all American tourists will be charged a 25% tariff on their meals. If there is any inconvenience, please consult the U.S. Embassy. It's ridiculous, right? And I did go in there with one of my American friends, and yeah, they didn't even ask us if we were American. They just assumed that we were. And I'm like, well, what? Have I got to bring in my passport to prove to you that I'm not from the States? It was ridiculous. And here's another shot of it. Again, the same thing, And around that time, you saw quite a lot of this going on, And it's just weird how a restaurant can do that and get away with it in China. If somebody in the UK put up a big banner with this sort of crap on in their restaurant, I'm pretty sure that, yeah, I'm pretty sure that they wouldn't get away with it. Not at all. Please excuse me while I drink my tea. But yeah, it's ridiculous.
You serious?
Alrighty. Anyway, let's move on. I just thought that was interesting.
英语
Yeah, I forgot about this clip. Okay, so you've got a guy, his name is Li Yang. He's some, like, famous educator in China, and he's a language instructor. And he made this speech at the Global Chinese Studies Conference, which I thought was just ridiculous. Just stupid.
就是汉语下的蛋。美国迟早会成为中国不可分割的一部分。大家手机录一下，我用中英文说一遍，发到视频号、抖音号，绝对1000万点击量。手机拿出来拍摄，准备啊！中英文对照。我是李阳，我坚信，只要中国教育强大，美国迟早会成为中国不可分割的一部分。I believe sooner or later, America will become a separate part of China.
America will become the separate part of China. But if you're a part of something, how can you be separate? And is he an English instructor? But it's kind of weird, right? I mean, what has this got to do with anything regarding language learning? It really baffles me. Like, what is this guy even talking about? And look, take out your phone and get ready to shoot. This guy just wants this to be spread all around the internet. Well, congratulations, mate, because it is. It's so stupid, man. So one more time, let's listen to what he said in English.
不可分割的一部分。I believe sooner or later, America will become a separate part of China.
Sorry, I've just got to do this one again. So yeah, America will become the separate part of China, guys. You heard it first from Li Yang himself, the man. What is he even talking about? Oh, God. Anyway, that was just a funny clip that I saw. I don't really want to dive too deeply into it. But anyway, let's move on.
We'll win.
Oh, I forgot about that last part. God, why? How could you forget that?
China will win.
Yeah. Good one. Oh dear. All right. Okay. Again, another stupid clip that I found. This is how arguments happen in China. You've got some old ladies, the grabbing grannies. They're selling their vegetables on the street there. This is quite a common scene in China, okay? And yeah, they're having a little bit of an argument. So let's see how this argument evolves. The clapping match. The other one's like praying to the gods or whatever. This one's having a clap off. Look at this. What is she doing? I love this clip. He's like, what the hell? I mean, I kind of like it though, because they're expressing their anger to each other, and at least it doesn't get physical, right? Which is, is something that you also see quite a lot in China. Are these like stall owners competing with each other and getting a little bit physical? So I'm glad that this one didn't end up like with the old ladies like grabbing each other by the hair and that kind of thing. So I kind of appreciate this in a weird kind of way. Amazing. I love that. Oh dear. Okay, guys, so we're going to get on to the main topic now. And you might have seen the video's title, the live stream's title. It's called China is Taiwan's Obsessed Stalker. So, and it's not clickbait, it's the truth. China is Taiwan's crazy ex-boyfriend or girlfriend. They can't let go, even though they never had them. Why they're more like a stalker and not an ex-girlfriend or boyfriend, because they've never had Taiwan. They've never had them, and they just are obsessed with getting Taiwan. It's really, really disturbing stuff. So anyway, recently there was the 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly. Happened this Saturday, the Saturday just gone. China's Minister of Foreign Affairs, I think that's his title. I'd better just check that because I don't want to get it wrong what his actual job is. Just give me a sec here. So he's the Foreign Minister of the People's Republic of China. Okay, cool. Sorry guys, just had to confirm that 100%. I don't want to balls that one up. So anyway, Wang Yi attended the 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly, and he gave a speech. Now, let's first of all listen to the speech, and then we'll go over what he said. Okay. Oh, crap. I forgot about this one. I'll look at that later. Okay, so this is Wang Yi. Okay, so let's listen. There are subtitles there as well. Let me take myself out of here as well.
台湾是中国领土不可分割的一部分，这既是历史，也是现实。开罗宣言、波茨坦公告明确规定，把日本窃取的中国领土，包括台湾、澎湖列岛，归还中国。这构成了二战之后国际秩序的重要组成部分。坚持和平共处，53年前，就是在这座神圣、庄严的大厅，第26届联合国大会以压倒性多数通过第2758号决议，决定恢复中华人民共和国在联合国的一切权利，承认中华人民共和国政府的代表是中国在联合国的唯一合法代表，并立即把台湾地区的代表从联合国及其所属的一切机构中驱逐出去。这一决议彻底解决了包括台湾在内全中国在联合国的代表权问题，明确不存在两个中国，不存在一中一台，在这一原则问题上没有灰色地带，没有模糊的空间。中国必将实现完全统一，台湾必将回归祖国怀抱，这是任何人、任何势力都阻挡不了的历史大事。
Boo! Notice how he did. Okie dokie. Let's take this back. And hey guys, I'm back in the picture. How's it going? All right, here we go. Taiwan is an inseparable part of China's territory. Sure it is. This is both history and reality. Which history is he been in? Is it like, God, what was that TV show where it was like a fictional scenario. Was it called Castles in the Sky or something like that? It was like a fictional scenario where Japan and Nazi Germany like defeated the Allies in the Second World War. Is this like which part of history he's talking about?
也是现实。开罗宣
Okay,
言
both the Cairo Declaration and the Potsdam Proclamation state in explicit terms that
波茨坦公告明确规定，把日本侵
the territories Japan had stolen from China, including Taiwan and the Penghu Islands. Again, these treaties that he's referring to were actually signed with the Republic of China, not the People's Republic of China. So, yeah. What is he even mentioning these for? I have no idea. Okay, they weren't even signed with his government. What a weirdo.
略取的中国领土，包括台湾、澎湖列岛，归
Okay, shall be returned to China. Yeah, and the China at the time was the Republic of China. And those territories were returned to them.
归还中国，这构成了
Okay, sorry, get me out of it. And this has constituted an important part of the post-World War II
二战之
international
后
order.
国际秩序的重要组成部分。
Okay.
坚持和平共处。53年前，
Right here in this August Hall 53 years ago.
就是在这座
So was that 1971, was it?
神圣、庄严的大厅，第26
The 26th session of the UN General Assembly adopted Resolution 2758 with an overwhelming majority. Okay, Resolution 2758 was signed, okay? And it expelled the Republic of China from the United Nations, and it restored the People's Republic of China as the sole legitimate representative of China. Okay, interesting. So let's have a look at that Resolution 2758. Where is it? I've got it here. There we go. Okay, Resolution 2758. I am just going to read it to you guys. Okay. The General Assembly, recalling the principles of the Charter of the United Nations, considering that the restoration of the lawful rights of the People's Republic of China is essential both for the protection of the Charter of the United Nations and for the cause that the United Nations must serve under the Charter. Recognizing that the representatives of the government of the People's Republic of China are the only lawful representatives of China to the United Nations, and that China is one of the 5 permanent members of the Security Council, decides to restore all its rights to the People's Republic of China and to recognize the representatives of its government as the only legitimate representatives of China to the United Nations, and to expel forthwith the representations of Chiang Kai-shek from the place which they unlawfully occupy at the United Nations and in all the organizations related to it. Okay, guys, can you tell me where does it mention Taiwan? Does it actually mention Taiwan at all? No, it doesn't. It only says that the Republic of China has vacated its seat, which they did. It doesn't present any information on the status of Taiwan at all. But the People's Republic of China, the CCP, constantly claims that it does. Where does it say Taiwan? So the intention of this resolution was just to determine who holds the seat in the United Nations. Nothing else. It doesn't mention anything about Taiwan or even the Republic of China belonging to the People's Republic of China and them just being one big country. It doesn't say anything about that. And actually, since this thing was signed in 1971, both Taiwan and China have changed a hell of a lot, right? They're two completely different countries to what they were. More so Taiwan than China, right? Because, China has basically used this whole thing of having the seat in the UN to kind of fuel its economic growth, to develop partnerships with all of these Western countries and make all of their things. They basically became the factory of the world. That's how they made all of their money. And then with that money, they built up their military, right? And they spent a lot of that money on military development, and they've got way more influence around the world. And they kind of use that influence like a sort of carrot on a string for us donkeys, yeah? So Taiwan, on the other hand, if we're going to contrast it with China, it's transitioned from this country led by an authoritarian, dictator, basically, Chiang Kai-shek, right? They were under martial law. It was like a horrible place, to be honest with you. From what I've seen, from articles that I've read, books that I've read, videos that I've seen about that whole period in Taiwan's history, it was pretty bloody awful. But they've gone from this, and they've turned themselves into this awesome, democratic, freedom-loving country. And they're a technological powerhouse. They make all of our semiconductors, silicon chips, for all of our computers and all of our technology, right? They're just a great country, They're experts on public health concerns, transnational issues such as organized crime and that kind of thing, disaster relief. They are a beacon of light for the whole world, but they're always shunned on the world stage because of this bullshit thing that was signed in 1971. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous because China puts all of this economic pressure on all of the other countries, and so much pressure on them that all of the other countries are afraid to even mention the name Taiwan. It's like Voldemort in bloody Harry Potter, the country that shall not be named. It's ridiculous, guys. It's ridiculous. Yeah, but anyway, whatever, right? Whatever. So this whole resolution, whatever the hell it is, 2758, doesn't even mention Taiwan. So what is this Wang Yi guy even talking about? He's like all of the other CCP representatives that basically, have just gone into the UN. He's trying to rewrite history. He's trying to make people believe that in this 2758 resolution, he's trying to make us believe that it says that Taiwan is a part of China. Yeah. It's that whole one China principle that they have. Anyway. Man, sorry, I get worked up about this crap. So let's take it back. So here he is again talking about the UN Resolution 2758. And he is basically up here saying China's part of the story, the whole one China principle. Yeah, Wheezy Squeezebox says he's gaslighting. He's absolutely gaslighting. He's trying to make us believe something that doesn't exist. He's giving us this one China principle, which is different to the one China policy. Anyway, we'll look at that in a bit. Let's carry on listening to what he has to say.
恢复中华人民共和国在联合国的一切权利，承认中华人民共和国政府的代表是中国在联合国的。
This one China principle, by the way, is not a universally accepted norm. Okay, and we'll get to that in a second. I want to show you a clip after this.
并立即把台湾地区的代表从联合国
Sorry, guys. Just makes me
其所属的一切机构中驱逐出去。这一决议彻底解决了包括台湾在内全中国
So, like he says, he's saying here, once and for all, the resolution resolved the issue of the representation of the whole of China, including Taiwan, in the UN. No, it didn't.
在联合国的代表
And it's an outdated resolution signed in 1971. The world has changed since then a hell of a lot, right? I don't know, if America knew what China was going to become, would they have let them into the United Nations? I don't know, guys.
权问题，明确不存在两个中国。
There is no such thing as two Chinas. No, the resolution said the Republic of China will vacate their seat and you will take their seat, the People's Republic of China. It did not say that there's no such thing as two Chinas. Okay? It didn't say that. Stop making things up.
不存在一中一台，在这一原则问题上没有灰色地
There's
带。
no grey zone. Yeah, there's a big massive grey zone. There's a big massive elephant in the room. It's called the fantastic country of Taiwan.
没有模糊的空间。中国必将实现完全统一，台湾必将回归。
I'm sorry, but you can't reunify with something that was never yours. Okay? Dearie me.
祖国怀抱，这是任何人、任何势力
What is this, like, trend of history? What does that even mean?
都阻挡不了的历史大事。
Round of applause for Wang. Oh, wait, there's about 2 people in the room. Can you hear the crickets chirping? I wish I had a crickets chirping sound effect. I should have edited that on top of this. Look, there's about 2 people in the room. Have a look at that. Look. And like nobody sat at the front. They're all like, screw this, man. Brilliant. Okay, so this dude, oh my dear, the good old president of the USA. Which president is this again? Why did I even forget which president this is? Am I dumb or what? Guys, who is this? Help me out. God, I'm created a live stream about it and I don't even know who he is. I'm terrible at remembering names of former presidents. What's this guy's name? Damn it. Who is that guy? Anyway, it doesn't matter. He was the president of the United States when all of this shit was going on, right? Oh yeah, it's Jimmy Carter, of course. Ugh. God, sorry guys, I had brain freeze for a second there. Anyway, good old Jimmy boy, Jimmy Carter.
Good evening. I would like to read a joint communique which is being simultaneously issued in Peking at this very moment by the leaders of the People's Republic of China.
Okay, some communique, okay? Fast forward.
The United States recognizes the government of the People's Republic of China.
Okay, so the USA recognizes the government of the People's Republic of China
as a sole legal government of China.
As the sole legal government of China.
The government of the United States of America
acknowledges the Chinese position.
The Chinese position that there is but one China and Taiwan is part of China.
Okay. Oh my god, he just said Taiwan is a part of China, didn't he? And you'll see a lot of shills using attention to it, okay? He says the USA acknowledges the Chinese position that there is but one China. So just because you acknowledge something doesn't mean that you agree with it, right? So for example, acknowledging someone's thoughts and feelings, it can help them feel heard and understood, right? Even if you don't exactly share their perspective, it can help like maintain a good rapport with that person, can't it? You know, and it can lead to a more open dialogue. So him acknowledging this is like him saying, well, you know, you said it, we don't necessarily agree with it, but maybe we can talk about it in the future. You know, like it's kind of like saying, "Oh, I can see that this has upset you, China. So I hear what you're saying. Your feelings are understandable, and I know that this whole thing with Taiwan, it makes you feel bad. So maybe we can talk about it sometime." And the Shills love using this clip completely out of context. You'll see them posting it all the bloody time. Okay.
Thank you very much.
I don't even know why it fast forwarded it just to Jimmy Carter saying thank you very much. Anyway, guys, that is pretty much all I want to say about this, okay? That whole resolution 2758 is just out of date. We don't need this anymore. It's a load of crap. It doesn't even mention anything about Taiwan. It basically just mentions that the Republic of China will vacate their seat in the United Nations and the People's Republic of China will take over. And then China just try and bully their way into everything as per usual. And they're trying to make things up and gaslight all of us and make us believe that a load of stuff that isn't real. They're just making shit up and it is awful. So yeah, guys, that is all I want to talk about today. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to look at the chat now and we're going to see what we've got here. Let's make me bigger. Hey guys, you were seeing small me for so long. Mini me. I will call him Mini me. Well, now Big Me is here and we're ready to chat. So let's have a chat. So let's go through the chat now, see what we've got. Oh, we got quite a few people in today. Thank you very much for joining, guys. I really, really appreciate it. Sorry I could not remember Jimmy Carter's name. It just sometimes I get brain freeze. I'm just dumb, to be honest with you. I try my best, though. I do try my best. Oh, crap. I forgot that small segment. Thank you, Hadley, for reminding me. I'll take it back quickly because I wanted to show you that. It's not even really a segment. It was just a little... I suppose it was a lead up to this, but I'd already mentioned him and everything. It made sense just to jump straight into this douchebag talking. But yeah, let's have a look. There it is. Yeah, it's just funny. So I found this clip. Where did I find it? I can't even remember. Was it on X? Yeah, it was on X. And it just amused me. So this is in Morocco. Of all the places, it's in Morocco. And there's a Taiwan flag hanging up right next to a China flag. And I just thought it was really interesting. I could just imagine some little pinks, some Wu Maos getting really pissed off with this and actually going to Morocco and demanding that they remove the Taiwan flag. Like that guy in that hotel, in the Evergreen Hotel in Paris. It's actually a Taiwanese hotel, but he went in there demanding that they hang up the flag of China, right? So yeah, I just found that clip. I just thought it was hilarious. I don't know what's going on here. I wish there was more of the clip. There was more to it, but this is all we've got. The Taiwan flag next to the China flag. Has reunification happened? I don't know. It's just really weird. So yeah, anyway, guys. Let's make me big again. And yeah, okay. Thank you for reminding me about that small segment. Okay, guys, so now's the time. If you've got any questions or anything you want to talk about, I'm going to take about... What's the time now? Yeah, going to take about 10-15 minutes to read through your comments. I'm not going to go through the entire chat, but please write a comment, or if you've got a question, please throw it in now, and we'll see what we can do. So first one I can see is Click All Night. He says, I know very, very few UK leaders. Yeah, I know, but considering I was talking about this, I could have at least written it down on my notes, right? It's just amateur hour from me. Usually I'm a bit more prepared than that. Saying that, I have been quite busy this week, but it's still no excuse. I should have known who Jimmy Carter is. It was quite an important piece of information, right? But anyway, whatever. Shit happens. I forgot his name. Oh well. Yeah. But it's embarrassing. Okay. Headley Bradstone says, we don't want to know our UK leaders either. I'll agree with that one. Especially Starmer. Wow. Like, he's like a robot. He's like a android or something. The dude has no emotions, it would seem. I mean, yeah, what more can I say? I mean, Jesus. The guy is, he's special. Let's just put it that way. Okay, guys, come on. Bring in some more questions or comments, or I am just going to quickly end the stream. So I'm waiting. Okay, guys, I think that's it then for today, because we're not getting anything in the chat. I don't know if that's because people just aren't here or what the deal is. But yeah. All right, guys, that's it then. That was an easy little Q&A. I have to have more of those, won't we? I'll give it a few more minutes. I don't know why. I think... Is it because the questions? Is it because the chat's not working? I gotta check that now. What is going on? Yeah, it appears to be. Oh, okay. What is it? William says, I hate autocratic systems anyway. I mean, who likes them, to be honest with you? If you live in that sort of system, you have to pretend that you like them. Okay. Tuplalasto, I can't read that. Says, what's up? Okay, yeah, sup, dude. Click All Night says, we are happily chatting throughout. Yeah, I noticed that. You guys are being quite active there. Falco, your sausage short was fantastic. Yeah, mate. That was ridiculous, by the way. Imagine accidentally calling hostages sausages. What the hell was he even thinking, right? JD says, you're fine. What, like, as in, damn, you're fine. Or just, I'm fine. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like, seems to be the chat is coming through a little bit slow. Just gonna have to check that because it's a bit weird. Like, usually we get a few more people. Maybe there's just nobody watching today. Oh right, yeah, we've only got a few people watching. That would be why then. Duh. Yeah, my live streams, they're just not very popular at the moment. I'm hoping it'll pick up eventually, because you know, you never know. It might be getting to a point where it might not be worth doing them. But hopefully it'll pick up at some point. Let me see. JD, your chat is fine. Okay, cheers, mate. Wheezy Squeezebox. My son came back safely from China, very impressed by Chinese infrastructure. He doesn't watch much YouTube. Yeah, the infrastructure. Actually, guys, I got a video coming out tomorrow about the infrastructure. So it's going to be a good one, I think. I bet you guys, if you guys like love the old Shill videos and, you know, you love the whole infrastructure thing, I think you're going to enjoy tomorrow's video. So yeah, I'm sure you're going to look forward to that one. Put it on your list of things to watch tomorrow, okay? Because it's a very good one. I enjoyed making it. And yeah, I've recorded a couple of other videos. So I recorded a couple of videos yesterday. I went to London and I did the usual Taiwan flag thing. It was quite amusing. I got some really, really good reactions. So I can't wait for you guys to see that stuff as well. Let's see. Mike Stewart said, "Sorry, Lewis, listening while doing my chores before the warden shows up." That's okay, dude. I understand. Like, I know that this time isn't great for everybody, which is fine. Barry says, I was late tonight. Oh, yeah. It's very early in the morning in Taiwan right now. So, yeah, I don't blame you, dude. Like, go to bed. What are you doing up so late anyway? What is this? How do you say this? Tuplalusto. Tuplalusto. I tried the new Chinese video AI. It could not draw Taiwan as a country or Tiananmen Square. Oh, really? That's hilarious. But I kind of understand why it couldn't, because it's totally censored. Okay, click all night. Mike Stewart, same. I'm writing deployment script. Okay. William Edward Hackburn, have you been to Mongolia? Nope, I haven't. I'll tell you, I'll list off I've been to Thailand, Vietnam, Japan, and Taiwan, and China. Yeah, only 5. So yeah, I've still got a lot more traveling to do. But lately, I just haven't been in the mood for traveling. Like, I don't feel like it at all. Like, it's just a hassle, always just like flying everywhere and feeling tired, and maybe I'm just getting old. Back when I was younger, I loved traveling, but now I can't be asked. I'm just gonna say it. I cannot be bothered to travel. Okay. Headley says, I thought you might have snuffed it, Mike. Maybe the warden got to him. Okay. Tuplalusta, whatever your name is. But it could draw other gnarly things. So, yeah, that's cool. Mike Stewart says, click the like. Yep. Barry the Super Scott was binging something on Netflix. I never binge anything these days. I'm getting old. I never binge anything. Like, I think the last thing I binged on Netflix was Cobra Kai, because that's worthy of binging. But yeah, I don't really binge anything these days. Let's see. CCP Tube is blocking some comments. Could be, mate. Could be. Wheezy Squeezebox says, cool. Click all night did the smiley emoji. JD, looking forward to seeing your future videos. Yeah, I'm looking forward to you guys seeing them. Like, I mean, I suppose I could just put them all online now, but what I do is I release them early on Patreon and on channel memberships, so those guys get to see them first. And then I'll have a new video every Friday. So what I do is I go out, shoot a bunch of videos, and edit them, upload them, so I've got like a back catalogue, so I can release one every Friday. I think that makes sense to do that rather than just putting them all out at the same time. So you guys know, every Friday there is a free China video at 6 o'clock p.m. GMT. Every single Friday there will be a video, just like this live stream. Every Thursday, 8 o'clock p.m. GMT. Every Friday, new video. Okay. Let's see. Okay. S says Peking is the capital of China. Yes, it's Beijing. Okay, click on it. Oh, can anyone recommend books on Chinese history, like on Amazon? Yeah, you should read Mario Cavallo's book. He's so knowledgeable about China, and he wrote a couple of books on China. Good old Mario Cavallo. Okay, I'm taking the piss. Mario Cavallo is one of the Shills, and he wrote a couple of books. And if you go onto Amazon, you'll be able to find his books on China. And yeah, some people have wrote some quite funny reviews for his book. So yeah, don't read Mario Cavallo. I was just pissing around. Okay, Mike Stewart loves me some infrastructure vids. I love infrastructure. Okay, WFH equals work from home. Oh, okay, cool. Tupalasto whatever is in Finnish, meaning double cheese. All right then. You learn something new every day. Mike Stewart is talking about his wife. Yeah, look out, mate. Tupolusto, double bones, but it is a wordplay from double cheese. I see. Okay, cool. William Hackman, I haven't been to Mongolia either anyway. Yeah, have you been to China? Headley Bradstone, I'm told once you hit 40, everything goes to pot. Yeah, dude, I'm 43 now. Oh, man, I am getting old. Doesn't feel great. Tupolusto, I meant that it was obvious that they restricted Taiwan, etc. internationally, as they did not restrict really bad things. Oh, okay. JD, I enjoyed Cobra Kai. I love Cobra Kai. Alright, guys. I'm going to call it an evening. Thank you so much for joining me, though. It's been great. I love the live streams. I have to say, you know, even though not that many people watch them, I think it's a cool way to put my opinion out there. And you know, it's just cool organizing the live stream, and it's like having your own TV show. You know what I mean? It's really cool. I love it. I do love it. So don't worry, the live streams are not going anywhere. You know, sometimes it is a bit disappointing to be like, oh, only 20 people are watching, you know, but that's fine because it's still 20 people that, you know, I've clicked with and that enjoy watching my stuff. So it's cool. I dig it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, then give it a thumbs down. And I'll see you next week. Same time, 8 o'clock, every Thursday, Free China Live. Making fun of the Chinese Communist Party, activism against the CCP in a fun way. Bye for now, guys.